Gentlemen, g'day guys, ladies and gentlemen, and all the kangaroos, koalas, and all the other stuff that happens around the world. My name's Jay. I'm away from Australia, and it's WrestleMania weekend, and I've got it in the background. Cody Rhodes Gold Bloodline rules this tonight. It's going to be an absolute shit show, so I can't wait. But anyway, that was it. And we've got the lovely Diana, my partner in crime, one of my partners in crime, Diana Avery, Washington, or wherever in America it is. And this is Life Theories, episode 55. We've got Solomon King hopefully coming in to have a bit of a chat about life and where it's at. And how are you, Di?
Pretty good. Just think adjusting to all the changes, kind of going with the flow. There's a lot going on in the world on many levels, and I think just going with the flow, surrendering, and kind of learning to have more of that approach to life.
How are you after your holiday? Because remember when we go on holidays, our energy changes from from work until, like you definitely get to feel a different energy when you go away or you get into a different mode, and it's a mode that you like to be in. Your energy goes up. Your vibration changes. How have you felt when you're getting back to your real life, I guess, in some ways, which is fucking bullshit if I'm my concern, but anyway.
Yeah, really, it should be the opposite way around, right? Really, we should be just living that way in general, but, we are living in a major...
There you go, hey, clickbait that.
So, I went on vacation to Puerto Rico, which was cool. I've been working, doing a lot, and I just want to enjoy life, too. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the doing, and, working hard and hustling, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's about balance, also taking time to rest and enjoy the things that you work so hard for, because what's the point in doing everything if you're not even going to enjoy the life that, you're, working hard for, Some people get too burnt out, and they don't even have time, they're so busy trying to attain a goal, or it's a means to an end, and they forget to enjoy the current moment as is, no matter what's going on,
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. The way I'm looking at it is basically you get a feeling of where you want to be or how you want to be, and I guess when you're focusing on one thing to a point, it sort of gives you the shits a little bit in some ways. But you just got to get some balance in life. You know what I mean? Where you want to be and what you want to feel, and I guess it's hard to look at. I look at WrestleMania now, and that's the feeling you want to be in every day. And that's it. It's not a case of jumping out in the crowd and doing that, but living that lifestyle of something that you love. And I got a video which I'll talk about next time with Greg and Michael. Actually, Greg Riley, my mentor, he put a video out about how to transfer, and this is relevant, which I might actually we have to, sort of the four of us have to watch this video together. How to transfer from 3D to 5D with your business. Now, what I mean by the business is, guys, is you've got this skill that you've learned through your story. How do you transfer yourself into mentoring, which we all want to do, let's be honest, getting our story out there to help others become better people. So how do we do that? Because it's, you're walking into a cesspool of shit. Because here we go, here's controversy. It's controversy for you. Half the people, the problem with the world is people don't know themselves. They want the answers, but they're not willing to do the work. Now, what I mean by that is not willing to do the work. They're moved the wrong way. Now, what I mean by that is they're not actually working with their inner selves like we all have, because people miss that, and people actually miss that, and actually do the pure work. That's how I found it, because a lot of people want to get to the end. And shout out to Greg Riley, my mate, who called out the stuff. So what happened is, he actually called out and said, doing all the psychic stuff, spiritual stuff was not bullshit, but in the scheme of the life timeline, it went the wrong way. What you mean is people go to tarot readings and all that shit without actually not even having the balls. It's basically not understanding that having the guidance, like we never had the guidance for it, let's be honest. We found ourselves. We were very guided upstairs. Having the guidance to say, look, you've got to go through this shadow first. You've got to go through that life change and understand yourself before, and understand human psychology before you go and do all this stuff. There's all the stuff that we've got is like, connecting to the universe, spirit guides, all that, all legit. But to access that properly and manifest properly, you've got to look into yourself. And people don't want to do it, or they don't know how to do it, or they're guided by people who don't have a fucking clue. There you go, bang, clickbait. Oh yeah. Like, I think the big thing is, and I'm going on my high horse here, which I'll probably do, is for years there was experts out there, and the experts have done a great job, and they've got their place in the world. Psychologists, psychiatrists, all that shit, right? Great. But do they know? Have they actually walked have they walked your path? No. Not that I know of. And that's where the understanding comes in. And to understand all the other stuff, which they basically blew off with, this is where the conspiracy theory comes out. Clickbait 2 is disconnecting us from the earth.
Yep.
Right? And they go all this fucking medical bullshit. Study the human mind, all this stuff. I had a great bloody counsellor. But I had the theory, I had the guidance of someone else outside that to make it happen. If that makes any sense. So I had that path to where we are right now. A lot of people don't have that path. Because the spiritual community is exactly the same as, you go to those mind, body, spirit festivals, and they're great. But everyone's trying to make money because they're paying $1,500 to $2,000, $4,000 per stall.
Yeah.
So what's their first focus? What do you reckon? What's their first focus?
Well, a lot of people think we talk about the 3D, the 5D stuff. Like a lot of people, it's just like monetary. It's not really, they're not really doing it from a heart base place. And I see a lot of people,
not true.
A lot, yeah. It's not authentic, and a lot of people are manipulated, and it's not always. They don't always have the best intentions, I guess you could say. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but
I don't even think it's the best intention. I don't think it's the best intention. I think it's just the way the world is. They're programmed that way, in that way. Mm-hmm. But then you got your ego coming in. Like, I'll tell you straight up, I went and did it a couple of years ago, opened my eyes to it, because I opened my eyes to it where I was on stage doing some DDP yoga, right? In Crete, showing the world that, So anyway, someone come up to me and goes, why aren't I on the stage? I give so much money to this. I'm such a spiritual guru. Bullshit, mate. Okay, I'm not a spiritual guru. I'm just giving out what I'm doing, right? You can see straight the difference between me and her. I mean, I wanted to get out. Look, I want to make some money in as well. That's fine. But I want to do it. I'm not going to do it the way that you're doing it, because you're fucking trying to force it. And you're full of shit. Well, you're going to say you gave up $90,000, you can't get on stage. All right. Well, that comes down to the management. But then it comes down to yourself to say, okay, how can I do it instead of whinging and sucking? And mate, number one, you can get your appearance right, because as soon as I looked at you, here we go. Being a bit judgmental, ladies and gentlemen, but someone walks up like that and they look the way they look, you go, okay, have an attitude, and you have an attitude for starters, because everyone's judgmental on physical appearance, let's be honest. And then you go, come and open your mouth and think you're the frigging next coming of Christ. It's a load of shit. But then you get great people in there as well, who's just there to yes, of course, make some money, but they do the best thing they can for them, the best thing they can for the people. So there's my rant. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, it's good. I think I think there's some people that actually want to help the collective, and they're just sharing their message or their lifestyle or their whatever helped them heal, and then money or whatever is a side product of doing what they love and following their purpose. But then there's some people that it gets more twisted with, right? And some people might start off like that, but then they see opportunities, or maybe people they can take advantage of, and they get kind of into the whole 3D, the money, the ego, and they might even trade some of their authenticity so they can make more money, selling their soul, right? There's different ways. You can sell your soul in a lot of different ways, You say celebrities have done it, but there's people that do it in their everyday life. Selling your soul is just really anytime you're like not being authentic to yourself, and maybe you're not being authentic for another cause, like it's like for, I don't know what the word I'm trying to say. It's like for the benefit of like someone else, or to get more attention or money or something, it's like you're willing to trade your authenticity and selling your soul. Like, people, you see a lot of musicians do that too. Celebrities, they sign a deal to talk about what the company wants to talk about, not what they want to talk about, or not what they want to sing about, or make it sound like this, so it's can go out to the masses more, right? Or program the masses. There's that kind of stuff too. So it's the same with the spiritual community. It's the same with anything you're trying to do. That's your purpose. What I want to do, I kind of just want to have a certain lifestyle and promote my lifestyle. And that way it's not like a job so much, And then, hey, I should make income I'm providing value for other people, but just by being myself and living my lifestyle, right? Yeah.
Clickbait that as well, ladies and gentlemen. That's great. I like that. It's just, I don't know, since Valentine's Day, we always say about the calendar, and the calendar, you can't fit 13 into 12, and the universally energetically is not working in this period of time. It always has to speed up, and it makes changes because you can't fit 13 moons into a 12-month calendar. So I'll say to you, leave it at that. But every time this time comes up, it doesn't matter if it's Mercury retrograde or bloody, whatever it may be. But it always happens this time of year. Everything gets moving. The energies are all heightened. The energies are crazy. Makes you think. Makes you change.
Illusions are shattered. And eclipses in particular, which is coming up tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to actually put this out, so it'll probably be after the eclipse. But you still feel the effects before and after. But it's supposed to shed light onto basically to shed light on what you're supposed to work on. Truths are being revealed. And you think of the eclipse. What is the eclipse? The moon is going between the earth and the sun, blocking out the sun, blocking out the light. So it is forcing you to confront your shadow. It's kind of like a metaphor, whatever, but that is what's going on. And collectively, you see all the stuff that's coming out. I mean, there's always stuff going on, but it seems like the old paradigm is really crashing, the old way of living. This is the whole shift that we're here for. It's like that's all going to crash, and it's probably going to be really ugly. And people's belief systems are shattered. People trusted people that to run our country or run our the world, and these people, it's all been a lie. It's all been a program, and it can cause a lot of tough emotions, it's just it can be hard, and you're grieving. Oh, Solomon's here. Woo. Okay. Oh, he'll be getting in a sec. Oh, yay, Solomon. So, but everyone's going through that on an individual level and a collective level too. It's about just coming together. And we have Solomon joining us from work. Thank you so much for coming on, Solomon.
Hey, WrestleMania's on, Solomon. The Rock's on, mate. The Rock.
Oh, we can't hear.
Can't hear. Can't hear.
Oh.
Can't hear you, mate.
He's connecting to the audio. Oh, he's still connected.
Here he is.
All right, how y'all doing?
Hey, thanks for coming on, Solomon. I know that you're at work. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got kind of busy a little bit, so I just handled everything around here so I can hop on. But if I be up and down, just know people coming in. I do work in the hotel field. I'm the front desk. So
that's awesome. Congrats. Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm good though. What y'all was talking about? I ain't even just jump in like that.
Oh, you're good.
We're just talking about Sorry, Guy, go. Sorry.
No, you go. You talk. You had a lot of this stuff to say. You go.
Oh, I was talking about the changes in the shift of energy within the last couple of months, couple of weeks, because you can't fit 13 full moons into 12 months, and we've got the eclipse coming. It's just basically refocusing on what you really want and what the energy that you have. What's basically where you want to go, Solomon, and you just look at it. You get a taste of the nice energy that you want to be in. I don't know. It's just for me. It's for me. I'm just because I've been doing the music and all that stuff for a while and all that. I'm just saying I'm missing the point in some ways. I don't want to get rid of it, but I like to have some balance in life in some ways. And Diamond Dallas Page always told me to plug stuff. This is my new affirmation cards that I wrote when I was
That's awesome.
when I was fighting the black dog for a while. I wrote some messages. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote some messages to myself with some Aussie slang in it. There's a bit of swearing in it, but if you get offended, well, stiff shit. These grow a set, because these things will actually help you get through and understand where I was back in the day. So anyway, plug for that. We'll talk after about getting you some. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's where we're at, mate.
Yeah, man. It's like this here, man. This energy that's playing out, right? A lot of people might not want to get rid of a lot of old baggage, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Like we could talk about what's been going on the past few days, man. Like, this is some of the strongest retrograde energy I have ever dealt with.
And eclipse tomorrow too. We got that. Yeah, that's a whole other thing on.
Yeah, it's some of the strongest things, and so much things. Oh, give me 1 second. I got somebody right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all right. No worries. Yeah. So look, at the end of the day, Di, it's just all. Just balancing out what you need to do. So, like, as I said, I feel like I'm not losing it, but I need to do more. I need to do more work on just balancing out this shadow work, but that I'm doing. But in saying that, I've always believed that I'm already walking the walk. I'm not stopping, and whatever comes up, you deal with. And if you feel like you're missing out, if you feel like you're not focusing enough on one thing, that means you have to focus on it. And then it comes up what you need to do and all that kind of stuff,
I think take things as they come up, like as they come. Sometimes we want to do so much at once that our energy's all split and scattered. So this thing comes up, all right, let me deal with this. I'm trying to give everything, like, be fully present when I'm doing in like all aspects of my life, whether that's my relationship, whether that's my own shadow work or issues I'm trying to resolve, maybe emotions I'm trying to clear out of my body, things like that, past whatever heartbreaks, whatever trauma for the past. Like, I'm just kind of letting them come up and letting them go. I'm allowing myself to feel what I need to feel. I think allowing is a big thing, and a lot of people can't allow. We're trying to resist. We're trying to keep busy so we don't feel this or we don't think about this. But then it's a shadow. It's going to keep pointing you like, hey, what about me? What about me? So I'm just, okay, I'll give you my undivided attention. What's coming up? And if I need to cry in that moment, I cry. If I need to, like, express myself however I need to, I allow it so it can pass through me. But I think we try to suppress a lot of that. And society right now as a whole, people like to distract themselves, whether it's social media, they're on watching Netflix all day. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with all that eating or substances, and you got to just sit with that shadow, and that the more you resist, the more it persists. And I think a lot of people are in for a rude awakening because they're not dealing with their shadow. They're just keeping themselves too busy, or they're getting distracted, or they're doing everything to avoid what they need to work on to move forward.
Well, that's partly that's because of what's happening in the world. I went on, and there's a chat coming up with a friend of mine from Australia. I'm putting it up very soon. It'll probably get booted off YouTube because we go and talk about what the hell's happening.
Yeah,
and it's what's happening in this country here. It's absolute bullshit.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff too. It's pretty crazy.
We got our bloody the people running this joint. It's a bloody farce. But anyway, that's another thing where being awake, you go through the emotions of up and down because you know exactly what's fucking happening.
Yep.
You know what's happening, and you look at these turds, and you just look at them and go, yeah. And you can't look. I met one of them, one of those bloody politicians. Now I could have gone off me nut and gone, but I thought to myself, is that worth it? A lot of it's you can say, oh, I want to do this, want to do that. Yeah, you do, but you're doing it in another way, where you get yourself and just speak it in a way of not importance. I mean, the one that comes to mind is the law of importance that Aaron Doherty talks about, putting too much importance on one thing.
Decreasing importance, decreasing importance.
Which you've done that, which creates which basically goes into your ego, and then you start to sort of like fluctuates the scheme of things. You do it and you keep doing it, but you put too much importance to it, it becomes desperate again. Even though you got to try and contain the excitement to a point, and the excitement's to just move forward on it.
Yep.
If you get to the finish too quick, it's like anything. You get to the finish too quick, it's not going to work.
And you get to the finish too quick anyway, and then you're on to the next thing. So that thing you made so important, once you get it, it doesn't even. I think he even had some examples where once you get to that, it's not even that important, and that's where you're at. That state of being that manifested that is because it wasn't that important. It's just natural for you to have that in your life. You're not putting it on a pedestal. It's getting off the pedestal. It's just like.
Well, why does it come like that? Because you haven't had as much in your life. You want to feel. You're either living in that, which I did. I lived in the feeling of it. Okay. Never happened, but I lived the feeling in my head, which is great. But that was a desperation to get to that. I never got it. Now you're sort of moving things through, and you go, okay. It's like, how's this? I went to the Comic-Con yesterday. Probably saw me as now I'm Robin, turning into friggin' Robin. But things come out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. But things can't come out of nowhere unless you walk the path. I drove up, and the guy said, "Give me a look at the WWF belt you got, and I can get free parking." I go, "Are you serious?" Yeah. I go and look at the belt, and he goes, "Yeah, go on, off you go." So stuff like that just happens out of nowhere, right? But can it happen again for? Can it happen all the time? Of course it can. But you just got to find you just got to get your groove.
Finding the flow, allowing what changes, surrendering, just the flow. Just
as I said, WrestleMania weekend. I look at it. There's a big fellow over here. The Rock was firing on both cylinders last night. But you get that feeling. You don't want to be in WrestleMania, but keep that feeling up, and go, yeah. That's what life's about. The stuff we don't have it, especially in Australia, Solomon. It's a fucking disgrace down here, man.
Yeah, it's crazy out here too. It's crazy.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you, if you came out here, mate, you'd be fucking horrified.
Really?
You'd be horrified.
I want to tell you, this is some of the weirdest energy I have ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, talk about what you're seeing. Yeah. What's going?
It's like I'm literally seeing people lose their mind.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You see, that's how you know the ones that do the work and the ones that don't do the work. It's a lot of people right now, and this happened to me like 3 days ago, right? I'm in a certain meditation, and all of a sudden, so much stuff started popping up. I mean, old childhood traumas, just so much coming in my line of awareness, you see? And I tried to shake some of it off. The more I tried to shake it off, the more it affected me. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going through this, there's a lot of people going through this right now, So I get to work, right? These were the 2 nights that I worked overnight. When I tell you the entire system was down, it's like people running around here like chickens with their head cut off. You had police sirens from one side of the street to the other side of the street. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, what's going on? So next thing you know, this lady walked through, right? and she had this pink blanket, and she just talking and crying to herself. I'm like, ma'am, are you okay? She like, yeah, I just got a lot of stuff that's bothering me. And then she just break out screaming. And I'm like, what? I didn't want to laugh, but what made me laugh is the understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
This retrograde, on top of this eclipse, man. And if you are not dealing with your inner turmoil, that stuff will take over you.
Your shadow. It's the eclipse. I mean, the eclipse is blocking out the light, so it's basically forcing society, forcing the world to sit with a shadow. That's what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. You got and it's going to tell the ones that tap into the dark side. The dark side is nothing but the subconscious mind.
Yep.
It's the subconscious realm. It's dark. You can't see anything. You feel me? So when I tell people, and I try to show people this through content in the whole nine, a real light worker, right? A real light worker is gonna go through the darkness.
Yep.
Because it's in the darkness. It's in the void where you shine the light on yourself. It's not the fact you're trying to shine light on other people. If you're trying to shine light on other people and see why they're behaving the way they're behaving, you're taking the focus and attention totally away yourself. So why is this in your line of awareness? Why is this person reflecting something out towards you? That's what you really got to be looking at right now.
That's good.
So, yeah, because these are the days where you're going to see a lot of light workers running from their shadows.
Yep.
Because they never faced them. They never faced
them. I was just saying, Solomon, about that. I think it's been happening for a while because the ego, even though the spiritual community is a fucking nightmare, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's not everyone, but you can see, the people coming as the next coming of Christ.
Yeah.
And my mentor Greg Riley he's actually gone out and given it to him. What happens is he went to the way where psychics they've got powers, there's no doubt. Everything you do has got no doubt, okay? So I'm not doubting. So clickbait this, ladies and gentlemen, all the bloody people out there. I'm not doubting anything. Guides,
and I'm not
guides. We're not doubting anything. We're doubting to understand that people come to you, right? Understand when someone comes to you, right? As I've done with my massage, my therapy business, if I can't help you, or there's something you've got to do before you see me, you've got to send them away, right? Now, my belief is people come, and I know going through the twin flame, I did this, is people looking for answers. They go to tarot cards for starters. Now, the messages they get are based upon the set mindset they're at the moment. Instead of working on that shadow.
If I were to tell you a lot of those messages that they get through these tarot cards be tricks to spirits these days, would you believe me?
Yes.
Mate, I reckon I'll believe you because that's their mentality at the time. They haven't worked on themselves in that way. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, totally. So when they're looking for a twin, you see, they're not even bringing the twin flame within themselves. You got to understand.
What's the twin flame though? What's the twin flame though, mate? The twin flame's you as a mirror, mate.
I'm explaining like this, right?
The twin flame's your mirror, mate.
Exactly, Adam and Eve. You see, if you're looking at Adam and Eve from a physical standpoint, then that's male and female coming together. But if you look at Adam and Eve on an esoteric, occult standpoint, when you bringing in your masculine and your feminine together, you see, you got to understand we are two parts of one individual body. Duality. You have right brain, you have left brain, right hand, right eye, left eye. That's two parts of a self, but you got to understand the whole. If you're really not understanding the whole right now, then you're not understanding so much. You see, but the real twin flame union is bringing your masculine and your feminine together, balance, yin and yang. You see what I'm saying? Because we're both. The spirit is androgynous.
I'll go one step further, mate. If you're looking at the twin flame in that way, because I've been through it, and it was a basic wake up to get through the forbidden door, to look at myself and go right in and look and go, right, what do I want to be? What do I want to be, and what am I seeing that I need to work on? So it's actually allowing you to unlock, go through the forbidden door, unlock that cage of emotions you've had inside, because you're actually looking at yourself and you're having that talk with yourself. Now they say, I don't know if you've seen on Netflix, that fucking psychopath that was on there.
Yeah.
And there you go, clickbait that, ladies and gentlemen.
The twin flame, whatever. I forgot the name of it. Yeah.
Remember, I'm Robin. I've got Batman now. Legit. But that bloody psychopath, taking it from one side, oh, you must have this because I've got this. Mate, your bloody grounded chakras were out of control. And, mate, I saw two people sitting like two zombies because they were looking at each other, didn't know you should be taken away and worked on your shadow. Let's work what's going on in there. Because you've actually unlocked your dark side. Let's work with that. What they're trying to do is go, oh yeah, that's your dark side, deal with it, and then get together with someone who's got a dark side coming in. Mate, bang. What do you get? Fuck me, mate. You get bloody chaos and,
trauma bonding, all that kind of shit. Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. You want me to tell you what I do? It's like this here, right? If you're looking for somebody to work with, right? And this is just what I do. If somebody calls it trying to know me, I'm gonna show you my darkest side first to see if you can handle that dark side. You see, to see if you can handle my darkest part. To see if you can handle imagery. You see, because that's how we program through symbolism, repetition, and trauma. So if you can handle certain imagery that I throw at you, you probably can handle it. But if you jumping into something like a twin flame union, right? And you trying to show somebody the lightest parts of you, and they trying to show you the lightest parts of them, I think that's chaos. Because if you're looking at, think about it like this here, right? Light. You cannot bring light and light together. It's too blinding. It's just adding on more light. You got to understand darkness to light. It's the darkness that shed the light, really. But you got to understand the light. You got to see the light. You feel me? Then you got to understand the light in another shade, if you get what I'm saying. Because darkness is nothing but another form of light. So there's really nothing wrong with showing somebody the darkest parts of yourself. See if they can handle it. See if they can handle it. If they really, really, really for you, and if they really understand reciprocation of energy, if they really understand that this world is nothing but a reflection of how you feeling on the inside, because everything is an outward manifestation to how you feeling on the inside. It's an outward manifestation.
Hey, Solomon, give me an opinion on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going into a world where people, I call it the life PhD, right?
Okay.
I go to a point where people's life experiences is more important in helping others than education in some ways. If you can combine it beautifully, great. But if you go one route or the other, you don't understand both sides. So I went through education, which is great, but I could see the more benefit of life experience. Like, you have to have a piece of paper to be something. No, you fucking don't. It should enhance it. You're there to go to school, you should be enhancing your stuff. They don't bill it that way. They bill it, go, oh, now you're successful, you got a piece of paper.
That means absolutely nothing. And I get what you mean when you say it. That means absolutely nothing. A piece of paper, it's only validation. Yeah. You get it? Like if I want to be validated, if I want to be seen as something. But true knowledge comes from putting practice into play. Like you said, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but what are you practicing? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but the true knowledge is what you see play out right in front of you once you learn it. You get what I'm saying? It's no PhD or no certificate is going to show you life. I don't care what nobody say. You can be Jordan Peterson. You feel me? Like.
I'll give you an example. I'm watching two wrestlers now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes took a chance on himself. He goes, this idiot Vince McMahon, clickbait that. He helped wrestling, yeah, great, but he screwed it too. He went and found himself, and he's now main eventing WrestleMania 2 nights running. All right,
himself the whole way around.
Right? He went and took a chance on himself. Roman Reigns did the same. He had the opportunity. He was shoved down our throats with his Vince McMahon bullshit, and then he took the advantage of going, okay, I'm going to go and better myself. Should see it now. We look at him now.
Yeah.
So many examples, personal examples I see from pro wrestling that could be taken into the real world, that a lot of people are doing the same thing, but they're not being acknowledged. And
okay, check this out. Check this out, buddy. Check this out, brother of mine. Taking it in the construct of wrestling, right? And if you saw the first night last night, could you see where it's a change of the guard at right now? And I mean, if you applying wrestling to it,
well, yeah, mate.
Get it? You get it? It's a change of the guard, bro, and it's everywhere. Right?
We all wanted to people being held down. What basically happened was Vince McMahon, he's an egomaniac who was puppeteering his use of his great mind for his ego and his own bloody love of himself, screwing people over, manipulating people. Couldn't give a shit about anything. This is a perfect example of someone who's got skills and used it for their own great benefit and screwed the rest of the world.
Yeah, but you can't be mad at him though, because what he using, you feel me? It's like this here. Check the symbology out in this. Gunther, one of my favorite wrestlers. He's a heavy hitter.
Oh, mate, he's fantastic.
Man, dude. And when he lost that belt last night, right? He was 666 days champion.
Yeah, I saw that.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this last night, right? And it's subconsciously talking to me. I'm like 666 days. So I see how it's going to go right now. And it happened exactly how I thought it was. But esoterically, it's showing you that it's a change of the guard. It's showing you everything changing. Now, as far as Roman handing over something, I think it's going to be tonight. You feel me? Because
it will happen tonight. We're waiting for it.
I think it will, because if you understand the symbology, if you understand the numerology, the astrology, you get it. Everything is changing. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Do I want it to happen? No, because I love Roman Reigns. I'm not going to lie. I love the bloodline. I love the angle that was given. You feel me? Because it has so many minds drawn in right now. So they are making one big old esoteric spirit bomb right now for the WWE. You got to understand that. Last night, they clearly put it in our face last night when it was like, okay, how did it go? I said I wasn't going to forget this. It said, thank you for the such and such amount of audience being in attendance or whatever. Then he said, now we need a little bit more of your energy. Oh, you didn't catch that part? You see, you got to understand that part, because you got to understand egregores at the same time.
And we're agreeing.
Well, have a look. Okay, I'm gonna throw it to Die now. If you don't mind me bringing up you and Shane. What a wonderful union! What a wonderful union you've got there. Now you guys are twin flame, and it's working, right? It's working and working well. I might and touch wood, whatever you want to do if you want to do that. But we don't live in and out of your life. But being your twin flame, because both of you are, for me, grabbed your ego and you put your ego down. And you've actually gone to work on yourselves. This is why it's working. What do you reckon? Let it tell us that. Tell us about that.
Give us some tips, huh? Yeah.
Oh Lord. I'll be honest.
No
relationships aren't always something that it was always something I had maybe struggle with. I think it's because maybe the way my parents were, probably. But I think a relationship with anybody, I mean, it's just the more work you do on yourself, the better your relationship's going to be. It's not just about proving whatever with this person, and we're so focused on this person. It's about doing the work with myself, and it's brought up a lot of things that I still need to work on, or the way I communicate maybe wasn't always the healthiest, because I saw my parents like yelling all the time. It just showing me, it just like, balance. It's also getting into more of my feminine energy, because when I'm more in my masculine energy, then that's almost like repels a little bit. That's kind of how I've been a lot of my life. I've just been in situations where that's worked for me, but now I'm learning that I can be okay in my feminine energy, and the balance is needed. And if I want to have, and same with him, he has to also work on like it's all like a balancing act, like balancing your masculine, feminine, and just and communicating in a healthy way. And,
I think it's more than I it's more than that. The way you guys have worked, you have actually taken stock of your life.
It's not easy. Relationships aren't easy, man. They're not fucking
No,
easy.
no.
You're living with somebody. You're seeing every side of them. You're seeing their shadow side, and sometimes when you first meet, exactly what Solomon said, you're showing like the light side and stuff. But I got a lot of dark shit. He has a lot of dark shit, and that's any relationship. It does. I don't even like putting labels. I don't like saying twin flame. I don't like saying all those labels. It's just like I found somebody that I'm trying to evolve with, and spiritual, and we can support each other. I mean, when I get too into those labels of everything, that's when it throws me off, because there's these. If you say the word twin flame, I even cringe when I hear that word, because I'm like, I don't. Sometimes I'm not sure what I believe with that. I have different thoughts, conflicting thoughts sometimes on that, but. You found someone that you have a good vibe with, that seem like they're going the same direction you're going. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean they're perfect. You're perfect. You're accepting the shadow sides of yourself, and you're still communicating. Like I communicate when I felt insecure when this happened, or I acted this way because I was triggered. I was felt insecure, or like it just expressing it, having a safe place to like express yourself too is important.
I think. Go for it. Sorry, Solomon.
It's like you just said, Jay. When the masses get a hold to certain words, like twin flame and
mindfulness,
all that. All that
soulmate, karmic partner, all that stuff. Yeah, false flame. There's so much, man. It's too much expectation.
Clickbait after a while. So that's why I like when Jay said, "Now clickbait that." But that's what all these words and titles turn into after a while. Monopoly, clickbait. So it's like this, right? A lot of people don't ask themselves, why is it that the occult, the esoteric, the secretive part of it is giving out so much information right now? Why? Because so many people done already caught wind to it. So when too many people catch wind to one word, one energy, one frequency, one vibration, it becomes dead wood after a while, because everybody using it. So I like when Jay say clickbait that, because that's what a lot of people use it as. And it's a lot of people right now, they talk a good game. You feel me? They can talk a good game, and you can look at them and tell they don't quite mean what they say, because they're not practicing. They're not doing anything about it. I can talk about manifestation till I'm blue in the face, but sooner or later, it's going to be somebody that's going to hop on. It's going to be somebody that's going to be like, okay, you telling us this, but give us the how-to behind it. Don't nobody really give you the how-to when it comes down to twin flame unions. They just give you that word so it can trigger a response.
That's where we're at, ladies. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Solomon, you hit the nail on the head. And the clickbait thing.
Work on yourself, man. Keep improving and evolving yourself, and then you'll meet whatever. When you find union within yourself, then hey, this person shows up, but it isn't this person's my savior and twin flame and all that stuff. Oh, this person's gonna fix me. No, it's like it's getting rid of all that. It's like just like
where does that all go?
You know how I met him? It was when I just focused on myself. I stopped dating all these dumbass motherfuckers. Like I healed from addiction and stuff. I healed myself, and I for once was happy just being with myself. I was still working on embracing some of my feminine energy.
What else did you do? What else did you do? Controlled your ego.
I just let it. I was okay with it. I just knew my worth more, and I mean, I could have easily dated other people too. I mean, there's a lot of people, but I was very selective, and I just value myself, and I just prioritize my well-being first. That's all. And I just worked on myself.
No, you got rid of your ego too. You started to control your ego in a way where you could use it for the betterment of yourself instead of. Clickbait means ego. People getting triggered, and you got to, and maybe you have to, and some people are going to be triggered the way they are when you say things. It's a case of whether you can cope with that as well.
Well, and that's why if I'm talking about him, I'm not telling people, oh, this is my twin flame. I might talk about it with y'all or something, but if I say it to other people, there's such a connotation with it. I just don't like what it means in this society because everyone uses that word so freely. So I just say, hey, this is my, I don't know the word part. I just,
partner.
It's just like I don't even like part. I don't know the word, but it's like divine connection.
Partner. Let's use partner.
Someone that's on the same page. Doesn't mean it's easy though. Man, you're doing any relationships work. You gotta put the work in. Put the work on yourself.
Well,
first.
how's this one for you? How's this one for you? I can't remember what I was going to say. Cause, hang on a minute. What was? Oh, I'll butt in a minute. Oh, hang on. No, butt in a minute. Okay, I was almost to go again. How about if I said to you when you meet someone, right? And Jackie and I have gone into that for a little bit, but now we're getting away from it. We've got other things to talk about. Meet someone. Basically, now he got everyone's got the endorphins and everyone's happy and all this bullshit, right? Which is true. I shouldn't say it's bullshit. But I think you got to come out and say, this is me, live with it. This compromise fucking crap is absolute fucking crap. Because what you're doing is you're bloody settling and not putting your boundaries up for not accepting for who you are. All right, there's going to be like things you got to work on. That's fine, and not. I hate that fucking word compromise, but things they've got to be sort of worked around. All right, you go, okay, you got to do this, got to do that. That's fine, no problem. But if I have to compromise who I am to get you in there, fuck that shit.
Just always be yourself. I mean, always be yourself. I mean, yeah, there are things to communicate. I mean, there are if the issues come up in the relationship, but it shouldn't be you trying to change.
That's different.
But it shouldn't be you trying to change the other person or them having to change you. It's about it's about unconditional love. It doesn't, but you still have to set boundaries. There are times you still have to set you still have to set some kind of boundaries and communicate your needs. But a lot of times issues come up in relationships because people don't communicate their needs or what they're looking for. They have this high expectation, but they don't get to know somebody. You rush into things.
But I think I think it's one thing. You get to know one person or the other, right? Which is fine. This is the way I am. Live with it. Right? If you don't like it, see you later. If you like it, and if you have the respect for the person, I'm not changing myself for nobody anymore. Fuck that shit. I did that, and that's a big thing. So I'm just talking about when you meet someone and you do feel the connection, right? This is not just your random hookup, which is another fucking topic. But you do feel that that this could be good. You basically come out and say, "This is me. This is what I do."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's it, and that's it, and that's it.
And you want me to tell you what I stopped doing, and I feel you because when it's next level, it go beyond the superficial shit. When it's next level, like y'all literally resonate with each other. It's like on a mental scale, y'all connect. It goes beyond the physical. But I'm say this, and I'm agree with what you said. Totally changing myself to fit in somebody else's agenda, to fit in somebody else's program. That's dead wood.
Yeah.
I'm not about to change myself. If we could, because if you changing yourself to fit into somebody else's whatever, right? It's no creation. It's no creation.
I did that, Solomon, for fucking 40 odd years.
I did too. For 16.
I did it, I did it when I was a kid, and I was taught that way, and that's why I went into the subconscious programming, went into your shadow. Once you wake up, it's making that change and go, I don't want to be here. I don't really want to be here as such, like in this space anymore. I want to change my space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, because you're growing and you don't fit into this space anymore. But and the case of the matter is who you'd like to get to that next spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like this here, right? I'm gonna give you an allegory about the tree. A tree, and I learned this like we said probably about 3 weeks ago. And when I caught on and figured out everything, I was like, okay, wow. But the allegory of the tree, when it's a seed, right? A tree, it will root. A tree grows down first, way before it goes up. Or you can say it grows up and down, but the root gets deep down in the darkness before it even grows up to the light. You get what I'm saying? So if you could take that analogy of the seed growing into a tree, it gets real dark first. It gets real dark. That root got to go down so far and it's intelligent enough to know how far down it done went because it knows its limits. So when it start growing, right, you have to deal with wind, you have to deal with water, you have to deal with water pressure from the raindrops. Sometimes you have to deal with people stepping on you. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, are you that fully rooted to know that you are immovable, to know that you can handle that pressure, to know that you can kind of be crushed a little bit and come back up and be ready to go again? You get what I'm saying? Using that allegory. So
Yep.
so that's why I say I would rather show somebody the darkest parts of me first. Not trying to scare them, but just to see if you can handle it. Because it get dark for everything before it see the light. Even us, dude, we was born in our mother's womb. That's triple darkness. That's triple void. That's something you cannot see. So you are born in the darkness. You are born in the shadows. You are born in that fear.
That's a good point.
Now the way we interpret darkness, the way we interpret the shadows, how would you interpret it? What would be your interpretation of it? Because mine is so not like other people's interpretation of darkness.
It's a case of like, and Di, you've been there. We've talked about it. I look at The Crow. I look at the characters that I do. You see me as Batman and Robin now. All right? There's a lot to be said in the things you attract to. And that's probably going off a little bit off track, but if you're actually looking deep inside you, the universe actually gives you so many clues about where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, everyone asked me straight up, goes into yesterday, two things happened when I was on Saturday. They go, like, obviously we got a Batman, right? But they asked me first thing, why didn't you do Batman? Then I had to think about it, and I've just gone, doesn't resonate with me. Batman doesn't resonate with me. Robin does. If you look deep into what Robin is,
I can hear you.
No worries. What Robin is, and that's why I make the joke about Starfire with this young lady here. What does it mean to you? What characteristics are you connected to this person? Bray Wyatt's the same. I mean, we know about my love of Bray Wyatt, but he was my inspiration in some ways through the dark times. And he's probably watching me right now. Oh, I know he is. But you look at the characters that you do, Nightwolf is an obvious reason for me, but they actually give you an insight into who you want to be and who you are as well. So that's why I say to you about Starfire, Di. I'm telling you, look into the character. I'm telling you right now. You'll probably find. I reckon you'll find a lot about yourself in there. I really do. Even with that's for the Teen Titans. Even Sarah doing Raven. Same thing. She is Raven like you wouldn't believe because she's got so much untapped power. It's unbelievable. That's all I got to say. So yeah. So have you got to go yet, Di? I was just going to say to you.
Yeah, I should it's soon, probably within the next wait.
When Solomon gets back on, we'll get back on here and we'll talk about it again. But
yeah,
just these affirmation cards, guys. This is a symbolism of what happened with me. Now, this is why now what's happening and trying to get balanced in where I'm going to go and help people. And I'd like to thank Greg Riley again, my mentor, mate. I love you to death, mate. Your knowledge and your knowledge is just like unbelievable, man. And some of the stuff you know what's going on. And I have all the pieces of the puzzle. Di has all the pieces of the puzzle. Now we're putting it together. And the piece of the puzzle, I'll tell you right now, Di, for you and me especially, I'm talking about it now, and this is meant to happen, we're going to tell our stories and relate it to people so people can relate to it. Yeah. We need to tell our stories more. You need to tell your story. You need to tell your story more. That's my message for you today.
I agree with
you. You need to tell, right? And we need to tell our stories in a way that why the system failed us in some ways, or people failed us, and how we can help from our knowledge and our things that we found, and getting to this and all that what are the gaps in the system, or what do we give that others don't? And that people that need to hear us will come to us.
Yeah.
And Greg, and this is what's annoyed me for the last couple of weeks, that I need to get back into doing that. And the videos we're doing, look, and I was thinking to myself, the videos are a waste of time. Absolutely not, because it's a whole part of it.
Yeah.
Now you got to get the link.
Yeah. We're finding
It's
what
all part of it.
feels good for us, what's helping people. I mean, it could be different levels, and we can always experiment different things. We can go different directions, but overall, we're still on the path. We're still,
everything works. It's like everything.
Yeah, every part
nothing.
is important. Every part plays a part. It's all teaching you a lesson or showing you something, or it all has a purpose. It doesn't matter if it seems like, quote unquote, nothing's happening or things are moving as fast. You don't know what's going on in the background. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's a ebbs and flows, man. It's all a journey. It's like there's every part. Every part means something. Yeah.
Even the videos we're doing, everything we're the videos for us are the outcome. I just learned that yesterday with Greg. He's I'm gonna have to pay your royalties, buddy. Everything we're doing is right. This is us now. But now we're going to sort of regress a little bit and go, how they know how we got there, but how did we really get there? Yeah. Where were we? That's where now talking about it with you.
I need to write a book. Yeah, I have a book like that I want to write. Just it's going to take a little while, but I got a lot. I've
got my book ready to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Journey of a Whitefeather is coming. Journey of a Whitefeather will be coming. It is coming 100%.
You know that Solomon lives in Texas, right? Where you're going to visit? That's where he lives. He lives in Houston, shit. I think if he still lives there. Yeah.
I'm going to Fort Worth.
Oh, Dallas. I wish you were closer, man. Gosh, if I could drive there, I would. If you're on the East Coast, I would drive a while. But yeah.
I'm going to El Paso. So El Paso's near Fort Worth, isn't it?
It's still pretty far. Like, Texas is a really big state. Shane was actually from Texas originally. He's from Lubbock, Texas. So that's like more central U.S. Like, I couldn't drive there. That would take forever. That would take most East Coast I can drive to, even the Carolinas. Florida, that's pretty far. But
no, that's fine. That's okay.
Well, or we'll visit you because Shane has his family there. He has a family. His stepdad was originally from Australia. He has family there, you said, so.
Whereabouts?
I forgot where. I have to ask him again.
Let me know.
We'll talk about another time, but yeah, we're going to make it.
Let me know, but
we're all going to meet some point. Yeah, just when.
Absolutely. Well, the exciting times, guys, what we'll do is we'll do some live theories from me. Even I might jump on me and Jack. I might get me and Jackie in the same room, and Sarah and I are going to be in the same room. That's going to be exciting.
Does Jackie live by where Sarah lives, or no? Are they far away?
No. Jackie's near Calgary.
See, that's we're all on different parts, man. Yeah.
I'm going to the Hitman Bar, ladies and gentlemen. See, Brett, yeah. Go to the Hitman Bar and maybe the Stampede. But I'll be with Sarah, so Sarah and I will be in the same shot, which would be awesome.
That's gonna be really cool, yeah. And we can get Cortez. Cool. Eventually we're all gonna get there. Just time. If I didn't just take a vacation, man, I would try to schedule something, but I need to wait a little bit before I go anywhere far.
No, that's okay. And as Cortez said to me, big fella, Batman. Now I know where Batman and Robin came, mate. Jeez. Now I know why we call it Batman and Robin. You were signaling to me, my friend. He said to me, you'll be where you need to be. We all need to be where we need to be because we're already on the path. We're on that spiritual path now. So we don't need to worry. We just need to go where we need to go and keep learning. Keep telling our story. Keep coming together. Keep doing what you need to do to get to where you need to go.
Yeah.
I can feel the transfer. It's like, and the funny thing is too, just to finish off, sorry to keep you there, but
that's all good.
I'll go have a think about this, guys. Solomon, if you can hear me, think about this. You get the same feeling and the same outcomes in certain situations that happen 12, 13, 14 years apart. this is how deja vu happens. But deja vu, not in the physical world, but in the spirit world. And on that note, I had a and then my second part of that question, or that statement was, I've been visioning for the last 4 months, which is driving me insane. The other day, I was in a really deep vision where it felt real. And then it was the first time ever I've actually talked to myself upstairs and gone, I got to wake up. And I woke up straight away. It's like I came back into this world.
Yeah.
I was up there and then I was down there. Within a second, I was up there and I'm going, I got to wake up,
The veil's
Bang,
thin,
I woke up.
yeah. The veil's thin. Yeah.
Holy shit. So, yeah. But, Solomon, if you can hear us, Diana's got to make a move. So I'm going to do the outro.
Yeah, we'll do another one soon.
Mate.
I appreciate y'all getting on. Yeah.
Nah, Solomon, thanks so much for coming on, bro. It's great to see your face, and no, that's all good, mate. And I'll be in Texas in July, mate. So we've got to chat, see if we can hang out. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's WrestleMania weekend. I've got 45 minutes to the main card starts, and we're ready for the change. As Solomon said, changes are happening. Make sure you walk your forbidden door, walk your shadow, and if you need people to talk about it, we're here. We've been through it. We can help you. We can guide you through. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 55.
So I don't even know. I think I want to say 55, yeah.
This is episode whatever it may be. Put in the numbers. My name's Jay from Australia with the Kangaroos, Koalas, and affirmation with the Aussie twist. Look at that one. So
Yes,
on for
get
sale
your
right
cards.
now.
I'm going to get one.
Get your cards. Get your cards. There's some good Aussie slang in it. Trust me. I call it as it calls. We've got Diana over in the US of A, doing a great job on social media as usual. Trailblazers of the universe. You can find me on Journey of a Whitefeather and the 1111 Spiritual Transit podcast with my tag team partner Jackie Lyons. You got Solomon King, the great man over in Texas. He does some wonderful thing. Get on his. Just type his in Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And our other two beautiful friends, Sarah, over in Canada, Raven of this group, does a wonderful job. Big soul healing, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Hope I'm right. She'll get me for this one. And also the big fella, Spiritual Needs TV, Batman, Cortez Medford. He's over there. The man of semen. The man of semen is over there. The man of semen retention. He's going to kill me anyway, but he knows I'm the hype man of this group. And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in for Live Theories. It's been great to get back on. Happy WrestleMania Day, Day 2. Go Cody Rhodes. And always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us.
Bye, everyone.
In your home.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.
Peace out. Go Cody.